All right.
Welcome.
We are.
TFP.
Great.
TFP.
American heroes.
The more you know, the less you'd probably watch us. No.
No, that's probably factual.
Oh,
guess
man.
It depends when we went live.
Yeah. How long have you guys been watching? Have we been canceled already?
Is there just one big watch list, or there are a lot of little watch lists? Like, how many watch lists do you think you're on? Or is there just like you just move up the ranks and you just hire up the
Like diamond level.
You do like a collect them all. You get X amount in this one, which moves you
the
to
big
the
watch
next.
list in the sky?
I should at least get a patch. Like
That'd be great.
the feds send you a cool patch every tier you go up.
4 different FBI agents have had to retire because of your search history. It's too much. They couldn't handle it.
I love the memes of like your FBI agent when he finds your Minecraft server. It's a direct copy of his house.
I just love the one where it's like this, you know, the person like staring at their phone in the darkness, and it's like the FBI agent staring back at them,
Yep.
like so wholesome. Good night. All right, what are we talking about tonight? Do we have? Please, you know, save me from doing the show by myself. That was terrible last week.
You did pretty good.
That was terrible.
You did
oh
good.
My God, that was terrible.
So charismatic with your
With myself.
views of 3D printers. And
Dude, people have been hitting us up.
Yeah.
I wish we had more space. Part of me still wants to like reallocate some of the little bit of space that we do have to carrying a couple 3D printers. I don't know. Leave a comment below if that's something you'd want to get into, or maybe like a introductory class, what you've got to know on owning one or setting one up. We'd love to help out with that. I think they're a lot of fun. Super cool. It's only something, I think we're in that, you know, like what the internet was in the 90s, and now like look at what it's become. I think that's where we are with 3D printers right now, and it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing in 20 years what you're able to do with those. But Tyler, what are you doing?
There's McArdle's not here, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Everything's changed since I've done this.
the world's gone to shit when only one Josiah's here.
Oh my God. Was there like a yin and yang balance that we needed to keep by having both of you here? Who knows?
Who's yin? Who's yin?
I don't for HR purposes. I don't think we can say that.
I don't. That's great. Wait, is that like an Irish joke? I don't get it.
Yeah, yup.
An old Irish proverb.
I want to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
A very good friend of ours,
Yeah.
Mr. Jeremiah Prine, says, "Good evening, gents. He loves us and misses us.
We miss you too, buddy.
We miss you.
Feels so warm.
When are you coming home? Are you home yet?
Yeah.
You better come in and say hi."
Parts
Yeah, right.
unknown.
Where's my Black Rifle coffee? God damn it.
Oh my gosh. So
Maine, I guess. Bad day in Maine.
yeah.
Horrible. Awful.
Yeah.
No beating the table.
That's
Need to be
a
able to play with something.
just fidget. We get you a fidget spinner. Yeah, I you know saw the news. I think like everybody else did, and I mean Maine is not around the corner, but there's a lot of people that go up there. I mean, there's a lot of you have a pretty big connection or you know
I'm
history
from-
of going up there, and
I'm from the eastern area. Yes. Sad. No, we didn't have any family that was close to there. Thank God. But obviously, it's nerve wracking because they're not quite sure. I haven't seen that they've caught him yet, and they were saying that he was going down south towards New Hampshire and everything like that. So scary. Very scary.
I hate to see, you know, when people with agendas use situations like this to push their agenda. And while saying that, I'm going to, I guess, somewhat push an agenda of you should be responsible for your and your family's safety.
Absolutely.
And really no one else. Not to, you know, shit on the police or any of them. I mean, they do an important job, but they're not going to be there sometimes when you need them the most.
15 minutes.
Self-preservation is very, very important because you should be accountable for you and not have someone be accountable for you. Because if that's the case and that's what you're relying on, you're already up the creek.
Yeah.
So
Live life with the mantra, no one is coming to save you.
And I was not aware of this. Maine has a law. You cannot carry in an establishment like that. I think it's because they served alcohol. Is that why?
I don't know.
That I'd seen on various forums that no one was legally allowed to carry in there, and no one did. Following the law, and look what that got. 20 plus some people.
Figure. Criminal not listening.
Right.
To what's going on.
If there's been plenty of scenarios. There's the famous one. I forget the city and I forget the people's name, but there was a shooter in that church, and the old guy from like the back of the church took him out, one shot. Yep. Right. All it takes is one person in some of these scenarios to
and in that situation,
save a bunch of lives.
He was, because a lot of churches do this where they have security personnel where it's just members of the congregation are armed and you're expected to be there and so on and so forth. So I think that was a Now, situation. We do know, though, that just owning a gun does not keep you safe.
That doesn't do anything. Right? Just owning a gun, you need to train both, with that firearm, but you got to keep the most important weapon, the body. You got to keep that strong, right? And if you were in Genesee County, wouldn't you want to go to the best gym? You wouldn't want to go to the worst.
Definitely,
You wouldn't want to go to the worst gym. You would want to go to the best rated. Did you like that? That was pretty nice. I slid that right in there. Did you even know where I was going with that?
Oh, I do.
Buzz Lightyear did not say to infinity and forward. He said to infinity and beyond. And I think Beyond Driven is definitely the best.
Just love how you used the tragedy in Maine.
I didn't use the tragedy in Maine. I gave a disclosure before I even started that. Don't ruin my ad read. Go to Beyond Driven Performance and Fitness and get Performance Fitness.
That's so awful.
God damn you.
I'm going to finish this.
You do an ad read.
I like my Buzz Lightyear.
Not only should you protect your body, you should protect your firearms with arms preservation and gun tags. That was good,
that is
right?
True, though, yeah.
That's important. All of Grandpa's old guns and all of the ammunition. Okay, here's an actual good plug for Arms Preservation Inc. You have to do a background.
They have really good shirts.
Oh yeah, they do have cool shirts.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
You have to do background checks on ammo now.
Look at mine to make sure I was
and we have to record all of the lot numbers. So when you get home, just take all of your ammunition and put it into an arms preservation bag and throw out the box. Mm-hmm. Can I say that legally?
You just did.
You can say whatever you want. Yeah, First Amendment, buddy.
Absolutely.
First Amendment. Well, it's a lot like the question someone had today in Discord, which I wish we could plug. Can we plug that? Can you put a link into our Discord? Should we? Should we put a link? We have a Discord. I don't know. There was a discussion in there today about buying a semi-automatic rifle, right, and needing a semi-automatic rifle permit versus just buying a lower and then building out your own AR from that.
Yeah.
And it's just a weird scenario within the law of, again, just like going back to Maine, how they pass these laws trying to keep everybody safe, and it's not doing anything, and in fact making people more at risk and putting their lives in further danger. So
freedom of speech, we can talk into drilling that third hole openly.
I think as long as you don't have that gold fringed flag, you got to see what does the judge have in the courtroom first. Then it sees you're okay.
I love that rule.
Because then it's the naval, right? It's the Admiralty court.
Is that a real thing?
No, I don't think so. You go to jail either way. I saw somebody for the first time in my life the other day locally with one of those sovereign citizen license plates. Have you ever seen those?
No.
They just make their own. They just print one out, and it's not a commercial thing, private vehicle. Leave me alone. And it was on the most clapped out, rusty, hoopty thing. Yeah.
Of course. Bet you I can guess that county.
We have had a lot of people asking about our classes. Mm-hmm. We do have some space still in this weekend's class. So this Saturday and Sunday, 28th and 29th, it's all day. Some of the training is over at Liberty Pumps. Some of it's over here. But go on our website or call the guys at the shop tomorrow, and you can get signed up. It's $3.99 for the class. It includes everything, including lunch both days. We get you trained up, all 18 hours of the required New York State training. I happen to think we do the best job at it. John
100%.
is an excellent instructor and gets incredible reviews. All of his students love him. And
it's a good safety course. It is the state across the country certified as well for getting your out-of-state
Yeah, that certificate, you can take it and go to Florida, get your, like you said, your Florida non-resident permit, any of that cool stuff.
Non-resident.
So yeah, that's this weekend, and then we have another one in November, the 18th and 19th. There are still some seats left in that one too, but you're gonna want to act fast because those are filling up. I mean,
they go fast. They go.
We were just saying, especially things are still happening in Ukraine. Obviously, like that seems to only be heating up. Yeah, I know a lot of people have moved on to the next thing, but
I thought that was done.
That's still going on. Obviously, the stuff over in the Middle East that got a lot of people interested in their self-defense again. And then the stuff that happened in Maine. And I mean, there was something that happened in Buffalo today, too. There was a shooting on the 190 we were just talking about before the stream started. They shut down the expressway out in Buffalo because of a shooting. And it pains us that that's what it takes to wake some people up. Some people wait until that moment, and then they make that mistake of just buying the gun and thinking, okay, check the box. Like, I own the gun now. I am safe.
Yeah.
And that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, I mean, you could argue that makes them more of a liability, makes them a loot drop, right?
Having a machine shop doesn't make you a machinist.
Yeah.
Having the tool doesn't make you
the
wielder.
A toolist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toolie.
So you need to take training. You know, that when you watch Die Hard with your cop uncle, that wasn't gun training.
Was it?
Right? I mean,
Well,
it's better than nothing.
When you shoot through yourself.
That was that movie.
Yeah.
He does that in that one. That's
That
good.
was like one of the, it's like 2 or 3.
I mean, that's legitimate training. Don't knock our training curriculum.
Imagine just taking around like.
That's like class 4. Don't give away the
it's
secret.
actually it's part 3.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Oh my gosh. What have you been working on, Tyler? TikToks? Is that all you do now?
Sometimes it feels like
we've gotten
that.
some emails.
Have we?
No.
It's like, from who?
From Jinping.
I don't know. My shirts, getting more shirts.
Building up the brand.
Yeah.
Keeping it fresh. Got a bunch of cool t-shirts. Kathy Hochul t-shirts.
Yeah, did get some Kathy Hochul t-shirts.
Kathy Hochul t-shirts. Cool new stickers. We still have a bunch of the Halloween stickers that are limited edition
Mothman.
right there. Yep.
Yeah,
Super
please
cool.
come and grab those before.
So we're not making those again. Next year will be different. So if you grab a couple extras and don't stick them, they might be worth millions.
There's a shirt, right, on the website. You can get
There's
Mothman
shirts.
as a shirt.
You can
right?
get some really cool glassware. I think we're only doing the Arizona iced tea glassware.
Those are online, yeah. I don't have any of those in stock, but our website has...
Put a plug to the merch store. Merch store's sweet. As the kids say these days, it's bussin'.
I know there's a lot of like scammers out there, so please be wary of
Like
that.
today. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the worst.
Today was.
Yeah, if
interesting.
you ever win something, like, we will contact you directly. Like, you will hear one of our voices.
Yep.
Like, you will talk to one of us, and we're never going to ask you. Like, we don't ship this stuff generally.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to come down to the shop and pick it up. So
If it's too good to be true,
Yeah.
it is.
I mean, okay, I'm going to let you in on a little trade secret. If we're going to give something away, it's usually we're building up hype. So we're going to announce the hell out of it for like a week or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do it. We're not just going to be like, all right, today we're going to do it. And by 5 p.m., we're going to give it away.
And a 2-year-old.
Usually to build up.
Usually a 2-year-old post, the product's gone.
Yeah,
It's
that's the other thing, too.
usually been given away.
It is kind of...
Makes me feel good.
it is kind of a little
Like I
flattering
said in
almost.
the post,
Yeah,
the
that, like...
little brother wants to be the big brother.
So as I was saying with that, the only stores people sell things on is tfpmerch.com. It's literally posted from us. We're eventually going to integrate it with our online store, so it's all one website, but tfpmerch.com.
/ Tyler Muir.
/ Pew's Life
OnlyFans.
/ Brandon's Glory Hole.
X hamster.
Michael Smith asks...
You're going to make me look up that domain name thing that's available now.
Of course, you're going to just buy it.
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Michael asks, have we got any 303N yet?
Ammo? No.
That's pretty dry.
Yeah. No, it's not dry. It's
You got a license for that permit?
with all the imports coming in from Ethiopia, it's become really popular and everyone's grabbing it. We have probably everything else besides that. I have more coming, I promise. I just probably expecting it next month.
You got any 303? Look at Klondike.
There you go.
All right, we're out of here.
What are we?
No 303. I got some coming though, I promise.
We had a question about the class from Joe. So, no, from Joe, not for you. But you can answer this. The permit class, this is before you're able to get your permit, correct? And is there any sort of live fire training or dry fire training in this class?
There's live fire training, and this is definitely what you need to get your permit per the state. The state requires it. Very funny that they require you to get a permit to shoot a handgun, but you have to shoot a handgun to get the certificate. But
which is a huge 180 from how it used to be too.
We digress with that. You will be doing live fire. We're not making it where you will fail. It is as easy can be, and it is you're shooting, so you still have to take it seriously. But
with that said, we do have standards. I mean, we will make this as easy as possible, but you still got to put the work in and pay attention and
don't slack off.
This
isn't middle school.
So we also, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the big class. I printed out a big poster because it's a big class. Get it? Because it's big. So where can I put this?
This kid got a color printer, and this is all he does.
Okay. So
Look at this.
What'd you do when you got your? That's very appropriate for us. What did you do when you got your PlayStation? You just sit it there and.
I did what Joe does when he gets a new system. He just leaves it in the box for 6 months.
I will continue to do so.
It seems like a personal attack here. So as you can see, we have partnered with Rafa, and we are doing a free. There is an asterisk there.
You got to avoid it.
I'll explain it. Woo! We're doing a free pistol safety class in January. Now this is like a once. I don't say once in a lifetime thing, but we're probably only going to do this, but the one time.
For this specific class, you never know. There might be something else fun that we want to do with it.
We wanted to, give back to the community. We wanted to maybe give our 2 cents into what's happening with everything in the city. I just think education is important. If we can teach one person some of those fundamentals of gun safety that didn't know them before this class, it's a huge success. So we rented out the entire Kodak Center, like the big auditorium theater there. Seats 2,000 people.
No big deal.
We rented that out for an entire day, January 28th, coming up. And from 9 till 6, we're going to be doing a gun safety class. The only thing you got to chip in for is lunch. $15, and that covers you. That makes sure that if you say you're coming, you're actually going to show up. And we're going to do a full 8-hour day of gun safety training, going over New York State gun laws, Article 265, interacting with law enforcement, pretty much everything involved with the 18-hour course, except for handling a firearm. Because obviously with 2,000 people or in the Kodak Center, that's not really feasible. So we're going to handle pretty much a solid day of our 2-day class. So that class, it's free, $15, whatever. You can just show up to that and take that class and enjoy it and learn something from it, and that's it, if that's all you want to do. That training does count, though, towards getting your pistol permit. So if you want to go all the way and get your pistol permit, it's only one more day, and we're charging $199. And that'll be all the gun handling stuff. That'll include the range time, the ammo, lunch that day too, and you'll walk away after that second day, after paying the $199, with your certificate that'll allow you to get your permit. So it's pretty much like a half price. It's kind of the only way we could bring that price down as far as we could and make it affordable, and also accomplish the goal of giving away some training to the city. And there will be, I do want to make it completely free for those that need it. So we're going to have like a little scholarship program too. And I want to give away like the full permit to say like 100 people or so, the full $200, $300 permit class. Just again, because I don't agree with this financial burden placed on people. It's effectively a poll tax. That's how we see it. It's a poll tax. So yeah, there's some billboards that are up right now. There's going to be a ton of billboards going up as we get close to the class, and we're hoping to get some media attention. We're going to be writing some press releases, and I'm hoping to work with some of the local government agencies, like there's Youth Violence Prevention Task Force that I think can collaborate with us and things, and I'm hoping to work with like the sheriff's department, and they can give away gun locks that day. So we're really hoping to make this a community thing, and maybe something we will continue in a different form year after year. I don't know if this will be successful or not, but we're gonna see, and we're gonna do it, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. So
I'm excited.
Yeah. What else we got? 303, isn't it? from Mr. Morgan.
Hello, Mr. Morgan.
Hello, puppet.
I'm getting over a cold and I have a cough. I'm sorry.
Joe also asked if he gets to choose his firearm. He was in the Marine Corps for 6 years, and he will not be happy if he has to shoot a Beretta. So we shoot Glocks in that class, or Tauruses.
22s.
Yeah.
They're nothing major.
Yeah.
Again, we're not trying to make this as impossible as we can. It's 22. Nothing crazy. Glock 44, Taurus TX 22s.
Smith & Wesson 329,
Smith & Wesson.
44 mag.
Hot.
Scandium frames.
Full power loads, and you got to do all 5 as fast as you can. Plus B plus.
All in the 10 ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you got to keep doing it. And you're paying for the ammunition.
Oh my God, that's $4 a shot. Oh my gosh. Speaking of ammo, man, I touched on it a little bit last week.
The Lake City.
Things have been crazy.
Situation,
Hornaday. Unfortunately, there was that
the explosion.
the
right?
explosion, and that woman lost her life, and a few people were injured over there. And
it's awfully convenient.
I also read in some new industry news that Winchester now acquired White Flyer.
I thought for some reason they
the clay targets.
Yeah, I thought with AA, I thought they all are.
So I saw a little article about that. That was a deal like 50 years ago that the two companies reached together just to cross promote each other. Yeah.
So it's never an actual.
It's just been on there, as a little cross promotion for years and years.
I mean, it makes sense.
That's why they're like that orangish color too.
Yeah.
They used to be yellow way back 50 years ago. How was that? Over this fall? Yeah. Kathy's trying to get us.
Well, that's cool. That's kind of.
So it's kind of cool. Yeah, I know a lot of people were nervous. I mean, we're not over the moon about it, but the Vista acquisition, it's Vista Outdoors.
From the Czech company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They split. I mean, they're still, I don't know if they're going to call themselves Vista or what they're going to call themselves, but Vista was
a couple umlauts
this huge conglomerate that owned like Camelback and Burris and Bushnell. Didn't they own? No, it was sorry.
My stocks.
They owned 40 different like brands and companies that are multi-million-dollar brands on their own, and they've basically they decided like a few months ago to split, and all of the like Camelback and they helmets like for mountain biking and like all those brands we're gonna go over here, and then all the gun brands we're gonna go over here, all the ammo brands and stuff. And now a Czech company has bought the firearms side of it. So doesn't that include Savage? Isn't Savage owned by Vista?
Savage.
Whatever's
left of
CCI, right? Yeah, Remington Firearms, right? Not the ammo.
Yeah.
Or is it just the ammo side of it? I think it's just the ammo side of it.
That was Freedom Group.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So I think Vista owns the Remington ammo. So there's a huge,
we need a different board.
To connect,
and we'll figure out.
Instead of trying to connect all the dots between Kathy, I don't know if you can see.
You see those like conglomerate posts about like the candy bars, who owns what?
Yes.
With Mars.
It'd be really cool if somebody did that for all the gun companies.
It just boils down to one dude named Fred in Idaho.
It needs to be. It needs to be. It needs to be just a Fred. No. I know Victoria's Secret. She's in Ohio. Yeah, that's it.
Sometimes you feel like a slut, sometimes you don't. That's Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
That was in the underground. Spray painted. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. In the entrance.
Did you guys see the underground? They're now giving tours of the underground.
Annoying. I've been doing that forever.
Capitalism.
Hipster underground.
Wait, you can get paid
literally.
For that?
Yeah.
It's like the bike tour for the bar. They just like happen to take a left turn.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, we have been toying with the idea of branching into some more like night vision type of rentals.
Yeah.
So leave a comment below if you would be interested in what's going on over there. Is that what happens when we wear night vision? Was that a trigger word for you guys?
He's in mine.
He's in my space. Do we have to draw a line, children? We've considered doing some small tours in places where we would have permission to go.
Small movement tactics. Do
some I don't want to say like some like simulated urban exploring, because usually that implies you're like trespassing or whatever, but some legal urban exploring with night vision, something we've been talking about. We have a few pair now.
We're just going to walk around Conky with nods.
Yeah, there you go. What could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Nothing, honestly, because we have knots, so we're going to see everything.
There you go. Nods, please.
Conky's actually really well lit. You'd be surprised. There's street lights everywhere.
Like lit.
I mean, it's pretty lit, but...
So, Jacob maybe with the new addition. So Jacob asks about night vision classes. The hard part about doing any of that is to do the night vision class. That's like class 10 out of 10. Like, first we need to have you take like the 18-hour pistol class, essentially, so that we know that you have a good foundation.
You got to build a rapport with us.
Yeah.
It's like college. You start with the 100 level classes and you move on to your graduate level stuff.
And the amount of people that, if we announce a night vision class, we'd get a lot of interest for it. But
I'd turn all of you down. Probably.
Yeah, unfortunately, it would be very difficult to vet everybody. The gun industry, it's a very macho thing where I know everything and I'm going to fake it till I make it. But you faking it till you making it ends up with one of us shot in the dark. Like,
bleeding out in the dark.
I don't want to have to use a tourniquet IRL. So
we always say that if we get shot by any of you guys, it's
on purpose. I would honestly want to take a refresher course or two before taking a night vision course.
It's a lot, and I've as much, I don't want to brag and say I have like the most night vision time around, but I probably have a fair amount compared to someone who is in the military. I've only ever done, like, I'm here on the range and I've got my little laser and I'm shooting at a static target. Like, I've never done any movement. It's very difficult to find someone who's certified. like a pilot, like hours of service. Like, I got some flight time this week.
Speaking of that, I want to. Never mind. We'll continue with this in a second. There's some obtainable things that are coming out.
Machine guns?
No.
Okay.
The fucking P-51D Mustangs. They're making 70%.
Wow, I can't even hold my
What?
Yeah, for $250K. I was watching that today.
That's not bad.
That's it?
That's it. $250K, and you get yourself a thing to pass.
Screw the rebuild, dude.
Yeah, right. Actually, with that, talking about the rebuild and doing the night vision stuff like that, the rebuild is getting a little bit more real. It's getting, I would say.
We've been having a lot more meetings. There was a long. I'll be completely honest. It took a little time to recover from what had happened.
Yeah.
Just like emotionally, I guess, like as millennial is a way I can put it. It took a little time to get to a point where we were comfortable even talking about some of this stuff, at least a few weeks, and I mean, we went, as a lot of you may remember, we were shut down for 1 day, 2 days, maybe. Like the fire happened on a Friday, I guess 2 days. The fire happened on a Friday. We were reopened on Monday in that garage. So that took a lot of effort just to keep the status quo, keep everybody paid, keep the lights on independently, because we are using essentially everything we're getting from the insurance company on this rebuild, which is the way we wanted to do it. And there was a process, we kind of have the one opportunity to do this. So we wanted to make sure we did it right. So I don't want to say we've intentionally slowed things down, but we've definitely made sure we're making the right move, which is slower than just doing the fast decision things. So we are finally, getting to that point. You are going to start seeing a lot of action out here very quickly. We have a date of November 26th of when the building is going to get delivered. Mm-hmm. So we have a pre-engineered metal building that's going to be here, and that's a big change from what we had, right? And so that'll be delivered. Again, that's a tentative date now. They're literally like constructing it, or I don't know,
Lego
milling it. Like I don't know what. Yeah. They
are 3D printing.
I'm imagining there's like this foundry with like the molten hot lead being like poured, not lead, but like liquid hot steel being poured in and all this.
Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin are fighting.
Hopefully,
I have the higher ground.
And so there's going to be a lot of action here soon. There might be some times where the parking lot is limited, or we have to readjust some things. So just keep an eye on our social media and pay attention when you pull in. Things might be a little different on certain days.
Keep bearing with us. Keep being your beautiful selves and patient and stuff.
But
I just appreciate everybody, because a lot of you watched us literally 2 days after the fire doing paperwork and running the shop out of basically candlelight.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of you have watched us grow from nothing again, and I appreciate you all for it.
It really does feel like that. It really does. It really feels like we had to start from nothing, which is pretty true. I mean, it was a rough go there for a few months. And I think it's going to feel somewhat similar once the rest of that building comes down and we're, just in the garage and we don't have running water, it's gonna be a cold, long winter. I'll say
we're gonna lose a couple men.
Yeah,
some of you may die.
We like hot chocolate.
Oh my gosh, yeah! You're just gonna come in. It's to be like battle of the balls. We're like huddling around a fucking burning barrel of garbage. Like, yeah. I don't know if you can really see it, but on the other side of this, I put the blueprints. So I don't know what that's really going to do for you.
You're doing absolutely great.
Thanks. I can't see the monitor. So those are the blueprints. That's what I'll show you right now. We can do a whole stream once things are like finalized, which I don't know, with me as a client. I don't know if any of the guys from Thompson are watching, but with me as a client, I don't know if they'll ever be finalized.
Yes.
But yeah, we got a real nice phone call from Paul Thompson, the owner of Thompson Builds today, and we're having a big meeting. We've had a lot of meetings with them, but we're gonna have a meeting sometime next week with like every contractor gets together and okay, here's the exact windows you're getting, and just every little bit of the puzzle is going to come together, and we're going to have a real good understanding of what we're going to have moving forward. And
the escalator going upstairs.
I am just excited for the future. It's going to be it's going to be a tough journey to get to where we want to be, especially with New York, and that's really the only hurdle in our way. Is New York State and their never-ending war against the Second Amendment, against our fundamental human rights. So if it weren't for them, things would be amazing.
It would be.
But we need your help. We need your support more now than ever. I want to thank everyone that's kept their membership. We do have, if you haven't heard, we've doubled our range capacity. We've got 4 lanes now. We bought another shooting range, so we have the mobile one that we've been renting on the trailer, and we have another mobile range, the red one and the white one.
It's pretty sweet.
It is pretty sweet. I like it. We need to get a small ramp for it. I want to say it's tentatively handicap accessible, but we need to get a small ramp for it to make it 100% ADA compliant. But yeah, we were preparing the range. You'd reminded me of that, so we hired a company to come in and soda blast. I'll get their name and logo for next week's stream because we can give them a shout out. Yeah. It looks pretty good. Have you seen it?
It's really good.
It took it right back down to like bare concrete. I was amazed.
Can we keep the one little rectangle of Tyler was here?
Oh, our signatures in the back
from 2015.
Have they done that? They've already been.
I don't think they've gone back that far.
No, I thought they did it all day yesterday. I thought he was.
No,
I wasn't. Yeah.
They've been very precise with what they've been doing. But can we keep that little blurb?
That would be nice because it's behind the backstop. Nobody would even see it. Yeah.
I forgot I'd even done that, and when I went to walk the range after the fire, I was like, "Aw, 2013 Tyler."
So Mike asked if the target system is going to be the same or similar. I'll say it's similar. And the thing about the target system, I love, I'll say professional target systems, like the one that's in the white range, is a very, very nice system. That's one of the more economical systems, and that one costs $16,000 per lane times 7. So that's what, $100 and some thousand for us. It'd be like $110,000, I want to say, for our 7 lanes. So that's just one of those things that's not within our budget. I would love it if it was. It's a cool system. The thing that I don't like about those, as good as they are, is when they break, which they eventually do, either through damage or just wear and tear, you've got to go through the company to fix them, either getting parts, if it really breaks, service, if there's in that little computer thing, you got to get, we're not computer people. Yeah, so there's, there's a lot more. When it breaks,
it goes down almost immediately, and like our old range, we were able to bring it back up in an hour.
I certainly, understand. I'm not going to say the target system that we had was perfect, but I think if it weren't for the damage, it would run just like the other one does. When they get damaged, it's very hard. We do have some improvements. We've got one that we've already made. If you've used the red range within the past week or two, we've made one improvement. You used to have those T hangers, we call them, those red things that your cardboard would clip to. And it was easy, I'll admit, it was easy to miss your target and hit one of those. And when you hit one, your bullet would, spall and go everywhere and do damage to the range. And so we've redesigned that so that we're not using those. And the cardboard kind of just clips up to the target retriever itself that goes back and forth. So that's one small improvement. We've got several others. It was difficult to design improvement iterations in the range when it was operating, right? So definitely something that we want to improve and make the user experience better. But unfortunately, we don't have the budget for a full, bought system. And Keith, thank you for the kind words. And I haven't forgotten. I know I need to call you. I haven't forgotten. You're on my list. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate the fact that we never gave up, because I don't blame them. There are a lot of other dealers that are just hanging up their hats because of all the crap New York is doing. So I don't blame them for that, but that's not us, right? So we kind of had
a lot of those dealers have been in since before the Clinton ban too. So.
I get it. You're right. If I was 60 or 70, I would want to quit too.
I commend them for being here that long, and we plan on being maybe longer than they were. So
you're clearly committed because you had a really good out.
Yeah, I could have just man. Yeah. And I'll be honest, I there were times there would have been I'm talking about in late March and April. There were fleeting moments, sitting there trying to go to bed. And it's man,
I want to move to one of the Dakotas and go camping.
I could just go
with my friend.
I could buy a bunch of land and just go build an off-grid thing and just F off.
Hats.
And I'm not even listening to what you're saying, but
Brokeback Mountain.
You're just jealous, basically.
I'm making a Brokeback Mountain.
You're jealous that I could quit you.
I could never quit you. I can't.
You're just upset that I finally was able to quit you.
New Ranger quad nods.
New Ranger quad nods. That's great. Nobody ever says bless you. That's right. So it's funny that you mentioned the 360 shoot house. Wouldn't I send you a photo of that?
Yeah.
It's funny that he says that. Tom, thank you. Yes. That will be nice. Tom, I need older men to think of me more on cold nights. That's very nice. Thank you, Tom.
Don't say that to my grandfather.
Don't.
Now you can't come. Now you can't come to the woods.
So yeah, that has been one of those things that I've been thinking about. With how New York State is changing our industry, unwillingly, not on our end, but they keep making things harder and harder and harder. And it's one of those decisions, any range is very expensive. The square footage of a building, the steel, the target systems, the backstop, the ventilation, it's very expensive to build a shooting range, even when you do it ourselves, like how we did. Mm-hmm. I mean, to pay for another company to build the range, we would spend, almost add a zero to what we're spending for our range. And so the desire is there, some of the first iterations and our plans have a future range. We are building the building to go around a future shooting range, right? So we could, if we wanted to, put the walls up, the block concrete walls. Excuse me. We could hang the steel. We could go down the path later, relatively easily, to build the shooting range. But it's tough. It's a tough thing to say. I'm going to allocate. I'm going to put 4,000 to 5,000 square feet of a building into something that the state just keeps legislating to make it harder and harder and harder to do. So the question kind of came up was hey, instead of doing another shooting range exactly like what we have, especially considering we have the red container range now, do we instead do a shoot house maybe, or something non-traditional or something else? Because, it's just, I'm thinking out loud, literally live on camera in front of all of everybody.
News to us.
Yeah. I believe that, as the state restricts this more and more and more, the total number of people that are into this, the Second Amendment, is going to get smaller and smaller because the state's making it harder and harder. But the people that are into it are still going to be really into it. And they're going to get more and more and more into it. So I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you think we should have just more lanes, more capacity, have another 10 lanes, and have 7 original ones, and another 7, 8, 9, 10 extra shooting lanes. Do we have a members only lane and a public range? Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear your input.
Are you proposing we start a big M word?
I don't know what.
I got nothing, buddy.
With the shoot house, the M word you can't say.
No, I would never
Use the M word.
No,
Okay.
no.
That's what it just sounds like. If I were your FBI agent.
I would love.
I didn't get that at all. But don't put words in. You shut your gut.
First of all, lower your voice. Yeah. Hey girl, are you an 80% lower? Because I want to drill you a third hole and not tell everyone.
Don't come in here and talk about drilling my holes. All right. I find that disrespectful.
So Jeff asks, any thoughts?
I'm a married man.
Jeff asked if there's any thoughts on doing anything long distance. Yes, we would love to do some long distance. Obviously, that means different things to everybody. To some people, long distance is 300 yards, right? If you go out west, anything like that's not a mile.
Minimum,
like, like
Literally.
You'll never get that around here. The tough part is, I should say, the easy thing is finding a farmer. Finding a spot where you can just go, set up a few steel targets, set up an old water heater, whatever you want to do. And
shout out to farmers.
Yes.
No farms, no
Have you
food.
thanked a farmer today?
You should.
And God
Will Berkmeyer, we're looking at you, buddy.
made a farmer. So that's the easy part. The hard part is making it like official and making it a spot where you could like put on Google, we are open between 9 and 5, and come out and shoot a gun long range and pay us money. That's the hard part. It's very difficult to find.
Is there anything stopping us from just telling them to, and then just like it's going,
It's going.
it's going the distance.
It's going. And we're gonna do it.
I'm going for space.
We're gonna do it. Just up on that overlook in
There's a water tower
in
right
Middlebury.
there,
Yeah. There's a water
For the end
tower,
of the world.
right?
Take shots
Shooting.
of that. Be so fun.
Oh, right. I want to be on a tunnel.
A little red light I could see from the house I grew up in Bergen, the radio tower.
So we're kind of always like passively looking. We keep our finger on the pulse of the market. I'll say, as far as looking for land that would be appropriate for a long distance range. Obviously, the fire put some of those plans back a little bit until we're recovered and back open like we want to be. We're not going to be able to do anything like that, but I definitely want to. There's a need for it. There's supposedly a club out towards Albany or between Syracuse and Albany that you can stretch out pretty far, like 600 to maybe 1,000.
Just like outside of Lackawanna, there's another like mile range.
Really?
Where they give you like you get a quad, you can go.
Pheasants on the Flats, right, is one of them. They can get out to like 600 or 700, right? But like, that's Lackawanna. Yeah.
Lackawanna.
So they're out there, but they're definitely clubs, and they're not open to the public, and they're not, run like businesses, for better or for worse. So we definitely want to. The desire is there. If you're someone that owns a piece of land or some land that's for sale, keep us in mind. Keep us in mind.
Your mom asks if we could do archery in the unfinished range part. Great idea, but I never want to hear archery again.
That's the A word. We don't talk about the A word.
We've tried it too many times and it's gone nowhere.
Yeah.
It's
I love the idea. It's a great idea, but no. Sorry.
It's definitely tough. You need
So much.
We're sorry, Fred Bear. We love you so much.
we're a gun shop,
I'm sorry, dude.
It's just not very professional. We're definitely a gun shop. I mean, it's hard. I definitely want to expand. There's a lot of areas, snowshoes.
I was just
obviously,
thinking that.
right?
Canoes.
There's a lot of areas where we have personal.
Gold panning kits.
You know what? How many of those knives have sold? Not very many either, Mr. Men. So
Knives. What?
Oh, nice.
any of them. The Benchmades. How many of those have you sold? Looks like the same amount. Don't answer. So so many
I
of them.
keep ordering.
Shut up.
Yeah.
There's
talking here.
you never know, like those stupid mean arms loaders. How many of those ever sold? None. Basically, 0 of those ever sold. It was the dumbest thing we ever carried.
Actually, a source of
We sold. We sold so many.
because the state is trying to shit down their throat right
Yeah, it sucks. We can't order those.
now. Yeah, we can.
We can get them now?
They said they would do that.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. All right. Well, let's do it. Jeff goes, he
We're
wants one of the.
going to blow another hole in the wall and make an addition.
Jeff goes, I want one of the black triangles. I'm just poor. I'm sorry.
It's okay to be poor. We offer layaway.
25% down, 60 days paid off.
Yeah.
That way you can get 10 of them at the
There you
same
go.
time.
What could go wrong? Oh my god. So, what else we got?
Don't slam the table. Save that for your Dakota days.
What?
When you move to the mountains of the Dakotas.
Did you say like Fanning? What?
Like
Dakota Fanning. Is she even still around?
I don't know.
Granby, Colorado.
Is Dakota Fanning still a thing? Is she?
Yeah, Dakota, if you're watching our live
Yeah,
right
Dakota
now,
Fanning, if you're watching.
which we know you are, so like, give us
What you up to?
I have no idea.
what that's going on. Marie, I'm sorry.
What
Are you sweating too?
Oh, it's hot.
I've got some swampy.
The
dogs.
window's been
It's
open
just
this whole time.
There's just like bug highway over here.
Yeah. Open that window.
No.
Just What else you got? We got any questions? Any thoughts on digital nods?
I really wanted to get into psionics.
Yeah, I was gonna say psionics is really cool, but it's too much of a camera.
They're just not there yet.
Yeah,
I think they kind of are.
But they'll
get
only
there.
get better.
They have some dual tubes that look pretty cool that I got to handle and look at SHOT Show. We just never went through with them.
They're definitely cool for like sitting in one spot and observing an area.
I wouldn't want to run with them.
No,
but again, I don't have
no.
time. I don't have enough time behind them to
Well,
even
you're
say
doing
that.
your scouting, your forward observations and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
I feel like for most people, they would do pretty all right.
Again,
And
small movement tactics. You have the one guy on the team that's doing it.
personally, if it were up to me, I think in the future we offer the EOTech, the high end stuff, and then the more budget option, which would be psionics. So
And
everybody can get it.
That goes to Jeff's point. If you have experience with like military grade night vision that you didn't have to pay for, and it's like the best of the best stuff, like yeah, going from that to the digital stuff, you're going to be disappointed. Coming from nothing, like just human eyes, to the digital, it's impressive what those can do. There is a lag to them, and like you said, a lot of people, I would say most people can't like move with them while you're looking through them. Like
You'll
you can't
get
helmet mount
sick,
them.
yeah,
and
'cause
look.
it'll be all-
there's too much of a delay.
But I've also heard they've kind of worked that out.
They are not as bad as they used to be.
How much time have you put in one?
All right,
Not a ton.
tell you what, let's
Yeah.
finish right now. Psionics, because we know you're watching right now. We need you to send 3 pairs for us, and we will tell you if we like them or not.
I'm down.
Our opinion matters.
Here's a really important question. Zach asks, scouting the fridge at 3 a.m. Recommendations? Are you saying
You
a food
mean
recommendation?
like wearing nods through your house because if you need to,
For me, it would be cheese. If I'm up at 3 a.m., I'm going to nibble.
like an entire. No, I'm going like a wheel of cheese. Like, I'm taking a full wheel of cheese. I'm sitting down,
Breaking into Wegmans.
Parmesan, right?
With your nods.
Just putting the noodles, the cooked noodles, like right onto the cheese, right? And fluffing them up.
Oh, the reverse mac and cheese, yes. So the cheese and mac. Yes.
I'm gonna be
Cheese and
weird.
mac.
I'm gonna go a nice crisp, cold glass or can of ginger ale.
So no food.
No,
Just a liquid.
he did. Did he say food?
No, he didn't.
That
Yeah.
would be tough because if you open up the fridge, it's going to alert everyone around you that the light's on. So you want to be as covert as possible. But the chips, you got to scream. So when they open, you're like,
So to go along with Joe's comment, do you switch out the bulb in your fridge?
That's
for
what I was gonna
IR?
say.
You put
Like,
an
yeah,
IR bulb
IR
in
bulb.
there?
you
Yeah.
would have to.
Alexa, open the fridge. So now you have this giant IR light that the intruders can't see.
Yeah, John knew what was up. Yeah. Make that light IR. That's great. We're just solving the world's problems here. Let's just keep going. What do you guys got for the Middle East? Let's solve that. Just drop in the comments below. How do we fix Gaza? Please don't. Please don't.
one brick at
Please
a time.
don't. Oh my God. Please don't.
Just waiting for the FUD comment. Turn it all to glass.
Jesus Christ.
Just kill women and children. All of them.
Jesus Christ.
Just yes.
This country wasn't built on not doing
Oh.
that.
John, that's a dangerous game, my friend. Putting a black light in the fridge.
Keep a black light everywhere away from my house.
Well, I guess at Tyler's house, everything would just glow, right? It'd be the same.
Everything.
Looks like a rave.
The entire neighborhood would be like, whoa.
Goblins.
Jeff thinks L3 Harris should send us some free the GP NVGs, the $40,000.
L3 Harris, we know you're watching.
Quad
Same
tubes.
thing. We want those. We
Don't
want
be
you
a
guys to compete. We have to have some L3 Harris reps that watch us. Come on, guys. Hook us up. Remember that Lego you got from him?
Yes,
Sweet
that was
little
cool.
L3 Harris radio Lego.
That was cool. Yeah, when I was deep into the radios, I was in a bunch of forums and Facebook groups, and yeah, somebody had posted like at one of like the SHOT Show for radios. L3 Harris was giving away this Lego set, and it would make their latest like radio. We still have it somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think we saved
really
it
cool.
from the fire.
It actually functions. No, it doesn't.
You probably could make it function. Like the Brian Duffs of the world could definitely do
Someone
that.
could.
Brian Duff, we know
Yeah.
you're watching.
It would be cool. There are a lot of defense contractors. I was thinking about this today. We need to reach out to like Nalgene and just see like, hey, we're local media of some kind, right? And like, we would love a tour.
Sure.
We sell your product. We sell Nalgene bottles,
When
and
I,
like,
when I was in
we get a tour of the factory?
When I was in high school, I went to the Nalgene factory.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
went back. We were able to make but push the button and stuff.
that's super cool.
I'd want to hire Lumos Media House to.
Oh, 100% to do
I wouldn't want to film it.
Yeah. No.
I'm good at
But that would be
B-roll.
fun. That would be fun to do like a field trip.
Yeah, it's walk around a
Yeah.
major plant.
When I was in senior year in high school, we went to the Batavia Department of Correction, like the ice
Really?
place. Yeah,
That's cool.
I got to sit in like the control tower. Be like, yeah, we can watch, listen to everybody. Like,
Yeah,
literally
shock that
watching. Hey, kid, come push this button. That was pretty cool.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't want to name them, but like we know where like the housings for those $40,000 quad tubes are made. Like we could go. I don't know if they would let us, but ituld be cool to like
Probably
get
not.
get like what they would let us tour. Like an
Rochester
official-
is a very fascinating city, for more ways than none. But
We're a target.
Speaking of,
yeah.
did you hear that our region was designated a tech hub? I heard about this yesterday
I believe it.
on the news. So the
I
federal
mean, we have
government.
the Rochester Tech Park. There's literally
So they
a
had
place
to.
where you can go.
So the federal government, after COVID, or when COVID hit and all that, the world shut down. We realized, oh crap! Like China and overseas handles all of our like microchip and semiconductor business, right?
Of
So-
course, yes. No.
The federal government like has this huge push now, which they've always done in the defense industry, right, to make sure that all that is made domestically. Well, I don't know how we were sleeping on, semiconductors and microchips and stuff like that. So there's a huge push, and they've identified 30 like regions throughout the country, right? Because you think of like Silicon Valley, right, in California. We don't want it all targeted right there. One nuke from the Ruskies will knock all that out. So they've identified like 30 areas of the country where they want to spread all that manufacturing out. And Rochester, like between Buffalo and Rochester, like this region was identified as one of those. So over the next like 5 years, there's going to be a ton of federal money.
So what you're saying is
We get nuked first.
you just doxed the entire city. You just gave away trade secrets.
Yeah.
And you have insight.
Yep.
Did you also see that Rochester was voted one of the most rattiest cities?
What is
I thought it was
By,
rattiest.
That's what I said.
ratty? And
Rattiest.
Rat.
Like rats.
I thought you said
Rat.
ready.
like vermin.
Rat,
We're
yeah.
vermin forward.
Like
And the top,
Teenage
like
Mutant.
Orkin named us like top 50
Take that, United Kingdom. Got you.
most rats.
Out of,
Four-legged mammals,
I
not
don't
two.
know. I've never seen a rat in the city.
You probably just don't
You haven't
see
gone to the
them.
good part.
Remember
of
we
the
saw that rat in New Orleans, like eating pizza
Yeah.
on the roof?
No, someone else hand
city. He's
grenades.
just smoking a cigarette.
Smoking a cigarette.
You guys are from around here.
Just finished his shift as a taxi driver.
Prostitute.
Just switching, putting on the leggings.
We should do a live stream from New Orleans.
Nolans.
I would not go to that city again. That's a very
Really?
dangerous. Dude, that city, like, they have like how we had the Kia boys. They have you pull up at a gas station and they shoot you and steal your car, boys. Whatever that is.
They just have
Like,
boys.
yeah.
That's why I carry.
Fatherless.
There's been like 6 people like sniped from like I remember there was like a Vice video about this. Like if you're not from that city, like they don't talk about it, but like remember the DC sniper?
Yeah.
You guys might have been too young, but like there's like a sniper in like NOLA the past like couple of years, and they like just like random
like serial,
like someone just like driving down the highway and they'll get shot. Like, yeah.
Yikes.
And I think they're all connected. Crazy. I'll stay here in Rochester where it's safe.
The Rock.
Okay?
At least I know it smells like trash before I get murdered in cold blood.
You stay on Park Ave, you're fine.
Kind of. What hour?
Dude, I missed it right there. Like that. I missed
What's
the
that?
P. You gotta do the P.
The what?
No, you gotta do the P.
Park Ave? Is that it? You guys lived there. I never lived there.
Well, hold on. I lived on Park Ave.
I lived.
The
I'm
most
Spartacus.
unsuspected.
I've lived in Rochester longer. I don't know. Why are we competing for this?
Is Brighton Rochester?
I live on the cusp of where like
Okay.
kind of.
We're from PA, baby. Represent. Dogtown.
I got bronchitis.
West Side. Over here. I loved when we posted that we have a kiosk at the mall, which I would love. I've not had anyone like tag us that I know of. I would love if someone would just go to the mall and take a picture like of our kiosk and tag us in it.
Instagram.
No, my sister-in-law she said she grabbed a handful.
Yeah, nice. I'm always
Halloween
worried every time I've gone there, all the stickers.
Halloween. We should do Halloween
out.
candy for.
So actually, I forgot to write this down. Tomorrow, I think from 4 till 7 is like trick or treat at the mall, and we'll be there.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there with the kids.
I'm working.
Yeah. I'll be there in my costume. Upvote if you think I should be.
A cowboy.
That's too easy. That's Roar on Saturday night. I can't reuse it.
Well, you went as Muldoon last year.
I was Robert Muldoon last year, but okay, so only. Well, I guess Emmy and Anna are going as dinosaurs again, so that would still track. I was gonna wear, because I think the weather's supposed to be halfway warm. I was gonna wear my like Highlander and like a kilt and like the shirt and everything. Yeah, I think they'll let me wear a sword,
like Arnold Schwarzenegger style. Like no, just like fully decked out. Yeah.
Just my tartan, just because I don't want to wear underwear. Just want to.
John Murphy says handing out 9mm. Every kid takes a handful.
If they pass the background check,
that
absolutely.
would be great. Yes.
Your kids swallow these.
You know what? Oliver's does the little chocolate.
Yes. Oh, I wonder.
You could probably ask like some rounded 9mm.
That'd be fun. We also have Trunk or Treat, Virgin Trunk or Treat on Saturday. You're doing that, right? It's this Saturday.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days from now.
I have an event during the day.
Aren't you doing?
I hope it's done by then.
Did you decide if you were doing the interpreting?
I'm not doing the graveyard thing. No, I'm going to be doing the Trunk or Treat thing. Yeah. I wanted to.
From the Humvee trailer?
Yeah. So we're going to take the Humvee trailer over there. We'll set it up. We're going to do a little haunted Trunk or Treat out of there.
I already know what I'm doing.
Candy and stuff here in Virgin. So that'll be fun.
I just love scaring kids on Halloween.
I think you still do, buddy.
Do you have any family in that cemetery? You know the one?
I don't think so.
No.
Who did you play last year?
I feel bad that I don't. Yeah, he was a carpenter. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, yep. That's the one.
I would have loved, like, I'll have to do some research. There has to be somebody buried in that cemetery that was a gun dealer from back in the day, like around that same era. Like, that would have been fun.
Maybe not professionally.
He always had stuff buried out back.
Who are we talking about?
Speaking of, if you have old relatives, like, go through their walls, because who knows?
Literally just start smashing walls.
Hey, Grandma!
Kicking.
Specifically the living room, yeah. Go behind that fireplace.
Give her a nice meal.
Be kind. Only take one box of 7 and 6 per child, please.
Oh, really? I guess I have an aunt there. I didn't know that.
Oh,
that's cool. That's very cool.
Cool.
Why couldn't you act her?
She just threw her fucking slipper.
She's aware.
I'm putting in a personal request for next year that you
What?
play my aunt.
What?
Next year you have to
Tyler's
play.
aunt is over
He's
there.
buried in.
Oh.
She just.
I thought she meant she was like over at your grandma's house, like having tea or whatever.
Yeah,
she's in the graveyard. Okay.
Yes. You have to play her.
Tell me about Aunt Winnie.
We'll talk.
Tell me about all your memories.
Yeah, we'll talk off stream.
All right. Okay.
For legal reasons, I shouldn't bring those up.
Okay. What else we got? I got nothing. Follow us on Spotify. Boop, boop. Tyler's been making some cool YouTube cuts too.
Yeah.
How many subscribers do we have now on YouTube? We need to get more content out there.
An embarrassingly low amount.
The fuck downvoted?
Yeah, somebody downvoted one of our videos.
Swear to all things.
I thought they took that away.
Well, I can still see it.
They just don't give you the number, right?
They gave me the number. They don't show you the number, the
That
viewer.
hurts.
I want to angry punch the air when I saw that.
Mike's on my side. He thought that when he was just like over there having tea, not.
Let's go play her. Come on.
Oh.
It's a little Texas Hold'em.
I'm sharing our channel.
Good. You should.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cough in the mic.
Share our YouTube channel.
Shh, that's what I'm doing.
Oh my gosh.
This is why we need McArdle.
The whole thing falls apart without our producer, Snack Man.
Dude, when he was pulling up those snaps.
I was dying. Dude, I was dying. I wish we need to have...
physically, we were actually not okay.
We need to have a camera just facing back towards him for those moments. Like
Mary Poppins just kept going.
Because sometimes his reaction too kills me. Like we'll get a question, he'll just like tilt his head, and it just kills me. Yeah. My cast what? No. Okay.
Can we not do inventory drops anymore because of YouTube? We don't really live stream to YouTube anymore, so we can. But the hard thing is bringing guns out into this trailer.
And putting them back.
Yeah, it's just hard right now because...
To be brutally honest, we're just lazy as fuck.
When we have an actual studio, like we're building out a studio in the new building, so...
News to me.
I still want to do some historical, like personally, I still want to do some historical
100%.
like talk about. If you guys want,
100%.
I really, really, really want to do it because there's a lot of stuff in my safe that has not seen the light of day in a little bit.
I don't think he cares if you want to. He just wants to do it. So
yeah, obviously we'll still do it. You know what? Fuck all y'all. We're doing it live.
All right, go to bed, y'all. It's getting late.
It's past my bedtime.
Shut up. Good night, guys. Just be really rude.
Foreskin.